My dear viewers and students, very warm greetings from SRM classes, Patna. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on the topic entitled Plate Tectonics. I have already uploaded a video, a part 1 section of this video. Today I am going to deliver the part 2 section of my lecture regarding plate tectonics. My lecture will be focused on various characteristics of the plates and their boundaries and how the various tectonic activities take place along the boundaries of the plates. The discussion will mainly point towards the various types of movements of plates which give birth to a number of tectonic activities leading to all types of crustal changes like formation of fold mountains, small islands, volcanism, earthquakes, etc. Let me now describe the various characteristics of the plates. It has been observed that some plates are purely continental, made up chiefly of granites, while the oceanic plates contain mainly basalts. The oceanic plates are heavier than continental plates since these are formed of denser basalts which are heavier than lighter granites. There are some plates which are both oceanic and continental. The lithospheric plates move or float on the asthenosphere, which is denser than lithosphere and is in viscous or semi-liquid state. The margins of the plates are the zones of tectonic activities like volcanism, earthquakes, formation of fold mountains, formation of new crusts, etc. Generally, plates move in a particular direction, but it is interesting to see that in some plates like Antarctica, the movement takes place in different directions. Now we will discuss the different types of movement of the plates causing the formation of plate boundaries. These are, number 1, horizontal movement. The horizontal movement of the plates causes 3 types of relative motion resulting into different types of plate boundaries. The first type of plate boundaries are known as divergent boundaries. This is caused when the plates move in opposite directions. Such movement results in the formation of a gap between the plates. The boundaries of the plates in this situation are known as divergent boundaries, divergent plate boundaries. Such boundaries are found along the mid-oceanic ridges. The second type of plate boundaries are known as convergent boundaries. In this situation, the plates move towards each other, resulting into friction, collision, and subduction. The boundaries in this condition are known as convergent plate boundaries. Such boundaries are found along the trenches. The third type of plate boundaries are known as transform fault boundaries. In this situation, the plates neither converge or diverge but slide past against each other in opposite directions. The boundaries of such plates are known as transform fault boundaries. Such boundaries are found along the major faults like San Andreas Fault of California in USA. Now let me discuss about divergent boundaries. I have already stated that divergent boundaries are found along the mid-oceanic ridges. This means that divergent boundaries are separated from each other by the mid-oceanic ridges found on the ocean or sea floors. The molten magma comes out on the surface of the ocean floor through the mid-oceanic ridges. After coming out on the ocean floor, the molten magma pushes the plates in opposite directions, creating a gap between the plates. This is how the divergent motion of the plates takes place along the mid-oceanic ridges, causing the formation of divergent boundaries. The molten magma, after coming out, cools and solidifies to form the new crust on the ocean floor. Since the new crust is being formed in between the divergent boundaries of the plates, the divergent boundaries are also known as constructive plate margins. Now let me discuss about the second type of plate boundaries, that is convergent boundaries. We know that despite the formation of new ocean floor near the mid-oceanic ridges, the total area of the earth remains always the same, and also the spherical shape of the earth remains maintained. This proves the fact if the new ocean floor is created at the mid-oceanic ridges, then in the same ratio, there must be destruction going on somewhere to maintain the area and spherical shape of the earth. It has been observed that the destruction of the crust is going on continuously in the trenches where the heavier oceanic plates sink below the lighter continental plates, creating a zone of subduction. The convergent boundaries in this case are known as destructive plate margins because of the destructions taking place along these boundaries. Now let me describe how the convergence of plates result into different types of tectonic activities. There are three different types of situations resulting from the convergence of plates. These are, number one, when an oceanic plate meets a continental plate. Number two, when two oceanic plates converge. Number three, when two continental plates converge. Now let me describe the first situation, that is when an oceanic plate meets a continental plate. When an oceanic plate and a continental plate move towards each other, they do not collide. The oceanic plate, made chiefly of denser and heavier basalt, sinks below the relatively lighter continental plate, made chiefly of granites, creating trenches and zones of subduction. Near trenches, the oceanic plate bends and enters the zone of subduction. You can see in the diagram given here how the oceanic plate is going down or below the continental plate. The oceanic plate, as a result of continuous subduction below the continental plate, reaches inside a much deeper area where the temperature is extremely high to melt the oceanic plate. As a result of this melting, the oceanic plate turns into magma. The molten magma is pushed upwards by water vapor and other gases, and as a result of this vertical push, the molten magma and gases come out on the surface through capillary action and form the volcanoes. You can see in the diagram here. The best example of the formation of a series of volcanoes is given by the convergence of oceanic Nazca plate and South American plates. This series of volcanoes in the western part of South America is known as volcanic arc. The mountains are also formed by the bending of oceanic plate and scraping of a large amount of materials by the continental plate near the trenches. The best example of the formation of fold mountains by the motion of convergence of oceanic and continental plate is shown by the Pacific and American plates, which include the continents of both North America and South America. Now I would like to discuss the second type of convergence, that is when two oceanic plates converge or when they meet each other. When two oceanic plates move towards each other, then subduction takes place because of the greater densities of the plates. Subductions of these plates cause the formation of trenches and thereby volcanic eruptions. Continued volcanic eruptions for a very long time result in the formation of volcanic mountains, and the upper parts of many of them emerge above the level of the sea and appear like islands. You can find a chain of volcanic islands, near the eastern part of Asia, and this is because of the convergence of plates, two oceanic plates, where we find oceanic trenches in which subductions of the plates and melting of the magma take place. Such chain of volcanic island is known as island arc. You can see over here. Japan exemplifies a part of such island arc which runs from Kamchatka Peninsula in the north up to Java and Sumatra islands in the south. Now let me discuss the third type of convergence of plates, that is when two continental plates converge or when continental plates meet other continental plate. When a continental plate meets other continental plate. When continental plates move towards each other, their upper parts, which are composed mainly of solid crust, collide. The collision of the continental plates take place because of the equal densities of the upper parts. However, subductions are also caused, which take place in the lower parts of these plates, as these are mainly composed of thin layers of mantle, which are heavier. In this situation, the plate margins bend and the intervening regions between the plates is folded and uplifted. Folding off and uplifting of the regions between the plates cause the formation of mountains. This is exemplified by the collision of Indian plate and the Eurasian plate, resulting into the formation of huge Himalayan mountains. Now I discuss the third type of plate boundaries, that is transform fault boundaries. Along these boundaries, the plates neither converge nor diverge but slide past horizontally against each other in opposite directions. Such movement of plates cause enormous friction, leading to violent earthquakes in the crust. This also causes some amount of destruction in the plates. The best example of transform fault boundaries is given by San Andreas Fault of California in USA. Here the Pacific plate is sliding past horizontally against the North American plate. The Pacific plate is moving towards northwest direction. If this situation continues for a very long time, or say millions of years, then California, including the Baja Peninsula, will cut off from the mainland of USA and will shift towards Alaska in the northwest. The frequent earthquakes which take place in California is the result of the huge amount of friction caused by lateral movement of the Pacific plate against North American plate. This is how the theory of plate tectonics, I think I have explained many things about this theory. Every aspect I have dealt, and I think you are satisfied with my lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.